In the Stardew Valley 1.6 update, we saw the introduction of a new Mastery Cave located in Cindersap Forest. This door is found in the southeast section of the forest, nearby where you can find Robin's lost axe. In early game, when you first interact with the door, a message will be displayed saying, "Only a master of 5 ways can enter." The only way to gain access to the other side of this door is to reach level 10 in all of your skills. And on the inside of this cave, there are a lot of very useful and sometimes overpowered prizes that you can claim. So in this video, we're going to go over everything you need to know about the Mastery Room and its prizes. We're going to go over every single reward, what they can do for you, and at the end we'll discuss which rewards are the best and which ones you should be going for first. Because as you claim these rewards, they become harder to claim each time. And players have discovered a huge money hack using 2 of the rewards that you get from these shrines. So if you want to know how to make big bucks in late game fast, be sure to watch this video all the way to the end. Once you've reached level 10 in all of your skills, you will unlock your Mastery Rewards bar in your inventory. You will gain mastery points basically by just playing the game. Anything you do that gains experience will add to your mastery bar. It does not matter which skill. All of your experience points will go right here from now on. Mastery points are equivalent to excess skill experience points, above the points needed to achieve the initial level 10 skills. Experience points that were earned after reaching level 10 on an earlier version of the game do not carry over as mastery points in version 1.6. Sorry, console and mobile players. But one good way to farm experience points once you do get access to 1.6 is to buy experience books. The bookseller will sell books on 2 random days of every season, but they're usually very, very expensive. But be on the lookout for the traveling merchant, especially at the night market. The traveling merchant can sell experience books at the night market, and her stock for those are unlimited, so you can buy as many as you want. Reading these will definitely help you gain those mastery points faster. A mastery can be unlocked at a pillar when only a sufficient number of mastery points is accumulated. The player may pick which masteries to unlock in any order. Each mastery picked costs progressively more mastery points than the previous one, defining 5 levels of costs. Level 1 requires 10,000 mastery points, level 2 requires 15,000, level 3 requires 20,000, level 4 requires 25,000, and level 5 requires 30,000. Altogether, this equates to a total of 100,000 mastery points. When you accumulate enough mastery points to unlock a new mastery, the game shows a message saying you've reached a new level of understanding. The cave's pillars are then available for unlocking a mastery. Each mastery is associated with one skill, and each is represented on a pillar on the cave's back wall, and you can view these at any time. The Farming Mastery Shrine, when claimed, rewards you with an Iridium Scythe, the Statue of Blessings recipe, and the ability to find golden animal crackers. The Iridium Scythe is the most powerful version of the scythe. It increases the effectiveness of the scythe and golden scythe by a substantial amount and adds a purple hue, and it has the following benefits. It can harvest items grown on tilled soil within its swing range, including regular crops, those grown in garden pots, spring onions, and other forageables grown from wild seeds. Its radius is larger than the golden scythe, and it is more likely to cut all grass within its radius. It has a 100% chance per swing to harvest hay from grass, up from 75 with the golden scythe, and inflicts 20 damage if you were to use it as a weapon, up from 13. The Statue of Blessings grants a blessing to the player every day upon touching it. To craft this item, you will need 999 sap, 999 fiber, 999 stone, and 333 moss. The blessings it can give you include the Blessing of Luck, which grants +1 luck for the day, the Blessing of Waters, which makes the first 3 fish that you hook today much easier. When this blessing is active, the difficulty of legendary fish decreases by 25%, and the difficulty of non-legendary fish decreases by 50%. In addition, for all fish, the progress bar decreases 50% slower, having the same effect as 2 trap bobbers. Keep the Blessing of Waters in mind, we will touch back on this one later. Next, we have the Blessing of Speed, which grants +0.5 speed, the Blessing of Friendship, which increases the amount of friendship gained when speaking with people. So talking to people will give the player 60 friendship points rather than the usual 20. This means that talking to a villager when the blessing is active will give 3 days worth of talking friendship points in 1 day. This is roughly equivalent to giving a gold quality liked item on a day that is not their birthday. Next is the Blessing of Fangs, which grants +10% crit chance, the Blessing of Energy, which grants infinite energy for an entire day, and the Blessing of the Butterfly, which spawns a prismatic butterfly somewhere in the valley. More specifically, you can find them in Cindersap Forest, Pelican Town, the beach, the mountain, the secret woods, the bus stop, or backwoods. Upon finding the butterfly, it provides an amount of gold equal to 0.5% of the player's total earnings so far. The amount of gold earned cannot be less than 100 gold and cannot be greater than 50,000 gold. And there is also a chance that it will drop a prismatic shard. The chance is equal to approximately 0.05 plus daily luck, which means it won't drop a prismatic shard if daily luck is less than -0.05. The prismatic butterfly cannot spawn after 5 5 p.m. So if you haven't found it by 5 p.m., you can either restart the day or just give up. The prismatic butterfly disappears at the end of the day if it is not found. And the golden animal cracker can be given to a farm animal to permanently double its produce yield. This item does not work on pigs, but it does work on fish ponds. After claiming farming mastery, golden animal crackers can be found by any of these methods. Feel free to pause to read. The mining mastery shrine will grant you 3 rewards. The statue of the dwarf king recipe. This statue grants unique powers to the player each day, similar to the statue of blessings, but the difference is that all the buffs are mining specific and you get to choose between 2 out of 5 of its available powers every day. So if you yearn for the mines like me, this statue is a dream. Like I said, there are 5 total powers. You can either get +1 ore when mining nodes, greater chance to find geodes, greater chance to find coal, greater chance to find ladders and shafts, and bombs cannot damage you. The next reward from the mining mastery is a heavy furnace recipe. The heavy furnace is more efficient than a regular furnace. It requires 25 pieces of ore and 3 coal per use. To craft this furnace, you will need 2 normal furnaces, 3 iron bars, and 50 stone. Each possible output stack size is equally likely to have a 50% chance of yielding 5 bars and a 50% chance of yielding 6 bars. When 5 bars are produced, the heavy furnace saves 40% coal in comparison to normal furnaces. And when 6 bars is produced, 50% of the coal and 1/6 of the ore is saved in comparison to normal furnaces. And the last reward from the mining mastery is that gem-bearing rocks will now permanently grant twice the amount of gems. So if you have the profession that grants more gems per gem node, you will be collecting a lot of gems from now on. The Foraging Mastery Shrine, when claimed, grants you a new type of tree seed recipe, a new type of totem, and enhanced mystery boxes. This new tree seed is called a mystic tree seed. It is crafted by using 5 acorns, 5 maple seeds, 5 pine cones, and 5 mahogany seeds. Planting the seed will eventually grow into a mystic tree. By default, mystic trees have a 15% chance to grow to the next stage each night during spring, summer, or fall. With tree fertilizer, mystic trees have a 30% chance to grow to the next stage each night, including during winter. The tree yields mystic syrup every 7 days when tapped. Mystic syrup is a rare syrup that is said to have magic properties. It is used to craft bluegrass starter and the treasure totem, which we will talk more about in a moment. And it can also be traded for fairy dust at the raccoon family's house. And if you want to know more about the raccoon family, be sure to check out my raccoon family questline explained video right after this one. Your next reward for Foraging Mastery is the treasure totem recipe. To craft this totem, you need 5 hardwood, 1 mystic syrup, and 10 moss. The totem spawns up to 16 artifact spots in a circle surrounding the player when used on a tillable ground outdoors. Using this totem on Ginger Island can lead to lots of goodies in return. And the final reward for the Foraging Mastery is you will gain the ability to find golden mystery boxes. These mystery boxes contain more superior items than the regular ones. Possible rewards include the Book of Mysteries and Book of Stars, various crop seeds, deluxe speed grow and quality fertilizer, Dish of the Sea and Lucky Lunch, golden pumpkins, prismatic shards, quality sprinklers, triple shot espresso, magic rock candies, the ossified blade, mega bombs, and wait for it, the auto petter. That's right, we now have a new way of obtaining the elusive auto petter for us non-JoJo players. The chance of receiving the auto petter and the Book of Stars is enough alone to make this reward well worth claiming pretty early on. The Book of Stars is a skill book that will grant 1,250 mastery points, which will help you complete all the shrines a lot faster. Also, if you stack up these mystery boxes instead of breaking them open, 20 golden mystery boxes can be traded to the raccoon shop for 1 magic rock candy after the 6th quest from the raccoon family is completed and the Foraging Mastery is claimed. Now let's talk about the Fishing Mastery. Claiming this shrine will reward you with an advanced fishing pole, a new kind of fish bait, and a new kind of fishing treasure chest. The new fishing pole that you will receive is the Advanced Iridium Rod. This fishing rod can have bait and up to 2 tackles attached to it. The effects of the 2 tackles stack, with a few exceptions such as 2 sonar bobbers. But for example, using 2 cork bobbers will increase the fishing bar size by 48 pixels, compared to 24 with only using 1. And the new fishing bait recipe you will receive is called Challenge Bait. To craft Challenge Bait, you'll need 5 bone fragments and 2 moss. Challenge Bait is used to catch up to 3 fish at once. It also reduces the delay before a nibble on a fishing rod by 62.5%. The amount of fish that the player has on the line is displayed right outside the minigame on the top right. It starts at 3 and decreases by 1 each time the fish leaves the fishing bar. So 3 fish will be caught at once only if the player catches the fish perfectly. And what makes this really challenging, the fish fish will escape if it leaves the fishing bar 3 times. Challenge bait can be used to catch 3 of the same legendary fish at once, which might sound kind of overpowered, but honestly, if you can manage to get a perfect catch on a legendary fish, you deserve that shit. Challenge bait can also technically be used in a crab pot, but it is no better than standard bait, so that would just kind of be a waste. And finally, claiming the Fishing Mastery Shrine will allow you to start encountering golden fishing treasure chests. The golden treasure chests provide on average more items than regular chests, and golden chests have about a 70% chance of containing at least one of the following items. Most of these items cannot be found in regular fishing chests, and those that can have much greater chances of being found in golden ones. The base chance of a fishing treasure chest being golden is 25%. This is adjusted by the value of daily luck, increasing by 10% at best or decreasing by 10% at worst. And lastly, we have the Combat Mastery Shrine. This one is kind of a big one, so lock in everyone. Claiming this mastery will give you 2 exclusive recipes and unlocks a special slot in your inventory. One of the new recipes you will receive is the Mini Forge. The Mini Forge is a portable version of the forge found on floor 10 in the Volcano Dungeon. It acts exactly the same as the regular forge and can be placed anywhere, which allows for easy access to enchanting tools and weapons, combining rings, and all that fun stuff. It can be crafted with 5 dragon teeth, 10 iron bars, 10 gold bars, and 5 iridium bars. And the new inventory slot that will be added to your player's inventory is the new trinket slot. These trinkets can be found while adventuring and grant special powers. There are 8 total trinkets that have the possibility to be found. All of these trinkets, with the exception of one, can be found from monster drops, crates and barrels, and skull cavern treasure rooms. Last time I tried to pronounce this word on TikTok, I got roasted. I'm gonna look it up. Basilisk? Basilisk. Basilisk? Okay, the Basilisk's paw makes it so that you are immune to debuffs caused by enemies. For example, being slimed by a slime. The fairy box summons a fairy companion that heals you in combat situations. The fairy box has a random level between 1 and 5 when dropped. Higher level fairies heal more frequently and have greater healing power. Frog eggs summon a frog companion. I also have a full video on how to get frogs and what they do for you on my channel, so if you want to check that one out as well, feel free. But to summarize, equipping the frog egg in your trinket slot causes a frog to spawn and follow the player around. When monsters are within 4 to 5 tiles of the frog, it will try to consume the nearest enemy by grabbing the enemy with its tongue. If unsuccessful, the frog will try again after 2 seconds. If successful, the frog will follow the player with a full belly. After 12 seconds, the frog returns to its normal size and is able to eat another enemy. Enemies eaten by the frog will not drop any loot and does not count as kills towards quest or monster eradication goals. The golden spur makes it so that critical strikes give you a speed boost for a few seconds. The duration of the speed boost ranges from 5 to 10 seconds depending on the spur. The ice rod shoots an orb of ice every few seconds, freezing enemies in its path for a short time. The time between shots ranges from 3 to 5 seconds, and the freeze duration ranges from 2 to 4 seconds. When dropped or reforged, the ice rod has a 5% chance to become perfect, and even change its name to Perfect Ice Rod. This variant fires every 3 seconds and freezes for 4 seconds. The magic hair gel is the only item that cannot be retrieved through monster drops, barrels, and treasure rooms. This item can only be purchased at Alex's shop during the Desert Festival for 100 calico eggs, so it's kind of rare to come by. While the magic hair gel is equipped in the trinket slot, the player's hair color constantly cycles through the colors of a prismatic shard. The magic quiver is an item that shoots a magic arrow at nearby enemies every few seconds, dealing varied damage. There are 4 types of magic quivers: regular, perfect, rapid, and heavy. The quiver's type will determine the possible values for the time between shots, minimum damage, and maximum damage. And the last trinket to go over is the parrot egg. This trinket summons a parrot companion who grants a varied chance to receive gold when slaying monsters. When the parrot egg is dropped, its level ranges from 1 to 4, with a limit depending on the player's total earnings. Each possible level is equally likely once the player has passed the earnings threshold. And the last recipe you will receive from this mastery is the anvil. The anvil is a piece of equipment that allows the player to re-roll the stats of trinkets. It can be crafted using 50 iron bars. To use the anvil, the player must interact with it while holding a reforgeable trinket. Each re-roll consumes 3 iridium bars and takes 10 in-game minutes to process. The trinkets that are able to be re-rolled are the fairy box. This will re-roll the level of the fairy ranging from 1 to 5. The fairy's visual style is unrelated to its level and cannot be changed. Frog eggs. Re-rolling frog eggs will only change the color of the frog. This does not affect its functionality. There are 8 possible frog colors with different rarities, void and prismatic being the rarest at 1.6%. The golden spur can be re-rolled to change the duration of speed boost received. The time ranges from 5 to 10 seconds. Each of the 6 possible values is equally likely, with approximately 16.67% chance to be rolled. The ice rod can be re-rolled to alter the frequency and freeze duration of the ice rod's projectiles. The 2 stats are rolled independently of each other. These times are determined to the millisecond, and all possible values are equally likely. And like I mentioned earlier, when reforged, the ice rod has a 5% chance to become perfect and change its name to perfect ice rod. This variant fires every 3 seconds and freezes for 4 seconds. The magic quiver can be re-rolled to one of 4 types: regular, perfect, rapid, and heavy. Feel free to pause to read these values. The parrot egg can be re-rolled to change the parrot's level. This level ranges from 1 to 4, and it determines the chance of enemies to drop gold coins. Alright, now that we've gone over all the rewards for each mastery shrine, that begs the question, what order should these be claimed in? Honestly, this will mostly vary from person to person, depending on what you like to spend the most time doing. But there are some reasons that others should be claimed early on to make the rest of your mastery skill easier to get. I'd say the 2 most beneficial powers to unlock early on are the Statue of Blessings recipe from the Farming Mastery and the Golden Mystery boxes from the Foraging Mastery. The blessings that you can get from the Statue of Blessings can be very helpful towards gaining experience, like Infinite Energy and the Blessing of Waters. And like I said earlier, with being able to receive the Book of Stars from Golden Mystery boxes that grant a huge amount of experience points towards your mastery bar for free can be very, very helpful. Once you've completed all of the mastery experience, you won't really have any use for the Book of Stars anymore. So the earlier you unlock the Golden Mystery boxes, the better, in my opinion. And with the Statue of Blessings having a chance to give you the Blessing of Waters, which makes your first 3 fish of the day much easier to catch, there's a very interesting money hack that can be done when combined with the challenge bait and the advanced iridium rod that you get from the fishing mastery. Here's how it goes. I first saw this post on the Stardew Valley subreddit from user Silas Rhodes, where they said, probably not the first person to think of this, but thought I would drop a note because it was a significant win for me. The Statue of Blessings that you gain from achieving farming mastery sometimes grants the Blessing of Waters, which makes the first 3 fish you hook significantly easier. Challenge bait, unlocked with the fishing mastery, lets you catch up to 3 fish if you never let them escape. Together, these let you catch 9 iridium quality fish of a much higher difficulty than you could normally catch perfectly. You can then smoke those fish to multiply their value by 2.8 with the artisan profession. The most expensive non-legendary fish is the lava eel, and fortunately, it is the only fish you can catch in that location, level 100 of the mines. Whenever I get this blessing, I will run to the mines and catch 9 of them. With the angler profession, I can earn 52,920 gold with just a couple hours in game. My setup: challenge bait, curiosity lure to hook lava eels more quickly because they can be a bit of a pain to nab, pork bobber to make it easier to have a perfect catch, fish stew or dish of the sea. For me personally, I think the order I would most likely do is foraging, farming, mining, combat, then fishing. But please let me know down in the comments what order you would do or what order you did do, and if you would do it differently looking back. I would definitely love to read all your thoughts on that. And if you found this video helpful at all, please don't forget to drop a like on your way out and subscribe if you're not already. I live stream Stardew Valley Let's Plays weekly here on Sundays and would love to see you there one day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!